Imagine yourself sitting on a beach somewhere, completely relaxed, with a cool breeze over your face and sand between your toes. I haven't been to the beach in a long time, but the last time I went, I didn't want to leave. Maybe you're scrolling through the cyberpunk NFTs you got a few days ago while sitting in one of those stretched out recliners with a giant umbrella draped over you. You've seen those pixelated JPEGs of humans with minor cosmetic changes, and you're simply checking in to see how much money they're making on the side. Perhaps they're the reason you've come to the beach in the first place. We'll show you how to create long-term passive income by simply owning NFTs in the future in this video. Also, why you should watch other videos on this channel and how blockchains could entirely eliminate the GME short selling issues. Let's get started if you're looking for more informative videos like this one. First and foremost, what is an NFTs? We now have a whole NFTs video explaining what they are and how they will one day replace auto titles and real estate deeds on the blockchain. But we'll give you a fast rundown right now. So NFTs is for non-fungible token, which is a fancy way of stating it's a one-of-a-kind token that can't be reproduced and is unique in some sense. The majority of the NFTs you're undoubtedly familiar with are just digital art NFTs in which you believe the token is a work of art. It's not the case. On a third-party website like OpenSea, the token ID is coupled with an image URL, and the token is said to represent the image. Although there is no picture data on the blockchain itself, the token ID is simply a pointer indicating that I represent that image over there, and the actual image file is subsequently uploaded to a server that could easily change the image if they so desired. But the truth is that NFTs can be so much more than just art. For example, I previously stated that house deeds, car titles, and even domain names such as whiteboard crypto death are all examples of NFTs. It's a one-of-a-kind token that I own, so there's nothing else like it out there. Now that we've covered the basics of NFTs, let's look at how they can be used to generate passive income. If you're new to this channel, you should know that we love utilizing examples, and in this case, we'll use our YouTube channel as an example. To begin, you should be aware that each video on this channel is paid, which means that YouTube advertisements will appear before each video. Advertisers pay Google, which takes a cut and then gives us the remainder. Let's pretend I created an NFTs for each video on this channel. I could sell them separately and guarantee that whoever bought them would receive 20% of the revenue from that video's ad revenue during the previous month. For example, if the video received 20,000 views and $100, the NFTs holder would be granted $20 worth of USDC coin for the month, and this would continue indefinitely. So, if the video earned $5,000 over the course of a few years, the holder would receive 20% of it. Now, in this case, the 20% is completely arbitrary. We can make it 100% or 2%, but the concept remains the same. This allows our viewers to participate in our project while also having the opportunity to earn a reward if our videos perform well, thus giving you a stake in our success. Not only that, but these NFTs could easily turn into a gamble, with people paying more and more for each NFT in the hopes that a specific video will appear one day owing to the algorithm. I'm sorry, but we're not going to do that anytime soon. There are other issues, which we will discuss later in this video. However, if that notion appeals to you, leave a like on this video and we may take it into consideration. Nonetheless, the essential concept of a passive income in FTX is that it is a digital representation of a real asset that adds value and generates revenue in some way. Personally, I recall when YouTubers like Graham, Stefan, Alex Hermosa, Andrew Kirby, and Practical Psychology were still in the early stages of their careers. And I was thinking to myself, man, if they were a stock, I'd buy them. They only need some help, and I'm confident they'll make it big one day. Needless to say, they became large regardless, but NFTs like this would allow them to benefit in the near term while also benefiting long-term investors like myself. This is exactly what music artists will be using that model for in the near future. Musicians will be the next real-life example of a passive income in FTX. I recently learned about this artist named Blau, who organized a 333 token NFTs drop. These tokens collectively reflect 50% ownership of the streaming royalty rights to the song Worst Case. What this implies for you is that he will give 50% of all the money he makes from Spotify by playing that song to NFTs holders, and each token will have unique artwork attached to it, making them all unique. To put this in context, consider how much the artist earned at the time. 257 things on the NFTs marketplace OpenSea and the floor price, which implies the lowest possible trading price is 2 Ethereum 257 items times 2 Ethereum times an average price of $4,000 per ETH equals nearly $2 million for half of his streaming royalties. Now, I'll clarify that this does not imply that he earned the entire sum, as he only received the revenues from the initial sale. The addition of a transaction charge to each NFTs that is rerouted back to the artist's wallet is one tactic that these artists can use. For example, Blau may charge a 5% trading fee, which would mean that if 100,000 of his NFTs were traded this month, $5,000 would be transferred directly into his pocket. To recap, not only will NFTs holders benefit from passive income, but artists will benefit from passive revenue as well. Not to mention the other half of the royalties that Blau gets to retain. This technology, in my opinion, will transform the way artists are discovered and promoted. However, I'd want to hear your ideas, so please leave a comment below. Another excellent example is real estate. What if a whole apartment complex was converted into 100,000 NFTs, with each NFT's holder receiving a share of the complex's profits? You wouldn't need $100 million to participate in these high return structures, but you could join for a fraction of that. Now, I'm not sure whether this will ever happen, but it's even more interesting to imagine the limitless potential of NFTs technology. So, what if the apartment complex launched its own DAO, allowing NFTs holders to vote on issues like as whether or not to allow smoking, who to accept as a tenant, and even which janitor to hire? This sort of thing is already happening, but it's more about how DAOs work than passive income. NFTs. Now, let's speak about the issues with this. One of the key issues with this concept is determining who will make the payment, because it will almost probably not be the blockchain. Someone needs to physically take all of that hard-earned cash, deposit it on the blockchain, and then transmit it to a slew of different wallet addresses, which, if you're familiar with the Ethereum network, could quickly gobble up fees. This appears to be the major issue preventing passive income NFTs from being the next big financial opportunity if they aren't attentive. And I don't see why corporations in the future, including DAOs, wouldn't sell their stock as an NFTs. In fact, while I'm on the subject, this would fix a major issue with GameStop's naked short selling. We could know who owned every single share issued, where they were, how often they moved, and who truly has diamond hands if the NFTs were on the blockchain. I've been thinking a lot on this topic recently, and I've learned a lot that I'd want to share with you. In fact, I had a video idea that I would name the NFTs Bubble, in which I explain a few other myths and difficulties around NFTs, but you'll have to subscribe if you want to see it. As we demonstrate in this video. Why haven't you checked out yet if you haven't already? Get over there and sign up for our email list right now. We actually offer a weekly newsletter with a list of locations to invest in DeFi ranked by the highest API, which we call the Rate Update, as well as a free DeFi for beginners tutorial that people have been really enjoying. Anyway, we want to thank you for watching as we did in this video. We hope you found it entertaining. We sincerely hope you've gained some insight. Most importantly, we want to see you in our upcoming video.